So now I'm going to try and start this old 95 model Volvo, this old decrepit car that the guy at the workshop gave me. And I figured I'd use this opportunity to speak a little bit about sovereignty and being self-sustaining. Because the reason that I gave my car, my slightly newer Ford, a lot newer actually, I gave it to the workshop to get a towbar installed in order to have a trailer behind the car so that we can transport more. So let's just see if I this is how they did security back in the days. I like a little plastic thing, Volvo patent here. Let's see. Of course, I do need to use a key. Let's see. All right, it's still running. It's kind of falling apart a little bit, the gearbox and everything, but here we go. This is a very classic Swedish. We're driving a piece of Swedish history. It's a 240, I think. It must be a 240 because it's so flat. I'm not entirely sure. The thing that the conversation on sovereignty is one that I've been engaged in for a long time, and I've philosophized a lot about what it means, and we have trained a lot of men over the years in reclaiming the throne to be more whole, to have more psychological integration and cohesion. And right now, as the structures of our society seem to be, well, basically falling apart, whether that's intentional or not, we can have a different conversation around, but you know, I have my thoughts on that. We may find ourselves in a situation where we need to be more self-sustaining, right? With food, with water, with being close to the land, maybe hunting, things like that. It's impossible to know what the future is going to bring, but just to be sure that we're going to be okay, Michelle and I know that actually Michelle would like to be anonymous today, but hi. We are in process with exploring alternative lifestyles, and so we're moving closer to the land, and to do that and to be able to live that lifestyle more. That's why I wanted to have the tow bar on the car, and so I'm going to pick the car up that this nice gentleman, the mechanic, he provided me these glitzy wheels in order for us to be able to get back and forth easily. So one of the things obviously that's happening is that this situation in Ukraine is creating a lot of infrastructure problems, supply problems. The grain situation is terrible, and I was even reading a report from a Norwegian farmer yesterday that it was twice as expensive for him to grow the crops as it was as the money he could make. So he would actually have to pay out of his own pocket to produce grains for us, and that's the situation in places now, and it's not looking good, right? And similarly with the gas, well, you know what the situation with that is. It's crazy expensive. So I'm just thinking that it is time now to really sit down and have a good little contemplation on how I want to live in this transition period. Granted, we don't know what's going to happen, but it could get rough. And that's what we're doing. And maybe you want to do that as well. Hopefully, it won't be necessary. Hopefully, what we are about to do in terms of moving a little bit outside of Stockholm and start to grow food and all of these things won't be necessary, and that it will just be a pleasant diversion on our journey in life. And actually, I want to live closer to the land nevertheless. So for me, this is great. For me, this is absolutely what I want. case for you. So just sit down and think. I would urge you to. Like, how are you going to be transitioning through this period? How do you want to live? What kind of people do you want around you? Do you want farmers that can provide you with meat or produce? Or do you want to be living in a city where maybe, well, the situation could be a lot of community in a city, but you know, it could be harder to get resources. And again, hopefully none of this will be necessary, but these were just some reflections that I had on my heart that I wanted to share with you. And well, probably press record again when I get my old car back, or it's rather the new car. This is the old car, but my car. So see you in a moment. Great. All right, here we are by the mechanic. Okay. My God, it's so heavy on the wheel, this one. There. Good. So, I guess it's kind of like a shoebox with wheels on. A metal shoebox with wheels on. That's what one of these old Volvos feels like. But it's decent. Actually pretty good acceleration on it. Alright, time to pick up the car. So this is the wonderful gentleman that lent me his car. What's the place called?
A Mechanics.
A Mechanics.
Yes, Meka in Älta.
5-star.
Yes.
5-star.
Yeah, thank you.
So whenever you need service for the car, come to this man.
You're all welcome here.
come to this man.
Yeah. You see, this is real.
Yeah. This is all real.
This is all real.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, my friend. What's your name?
Ahmed.
Ahmed.
Yes.
Thank you, Ahmed. There we go. You know what? They even gave me an upgraded version without asking. So this is the world is generous. Oh, Michelle. Oh yeah. Hi. Back in the car. My car. It's also a fairly simple car, but I'm very fond of this car. And give this to you for some final reflections. My God, this place is amazing. Not only did he lend me his car, but they gave me this upgraded thing, and they're just so sweet. So I'm just gonna go on Google and give them a raving 5-star review. I'm super happy with them. And yeah, thank you for coming along. It's a weird time, and I wouldn't have thought of this if it wasn't. I don't think I would have thought of it. Of course, now that we're moving and getting our own place and everything anyway, maybe I would have done it. But everything happening is accelerating my desire to have something. This is so basic, right? It's so basic. But in a time when you can't pay for things, and all of a sudden, which may or may not happen, it's not so basic. It's like, yeah, you gotta have it. So whatever you gotta have, get it. And let's rock this transition period and become practical in our ideas around sovereignty. It's not just philosophy. This is about being self-sustaining. And whatever we're gonna learn in this period is going to be amazing for what we're gonna build on the other side of it. So, yeah, have a great day. Thanks for coming along.